All right, guys, welcome back to part 2 of our 4-part series on 4 new promotions to increase sales, acquire new customers during the coronavirus. Today, I'm going to share with you how I got banks and other local businesses to actually sponsor, right, $1,200 caterings. And I'm going to provide you with the email that I use that generated $10,900 in added revenue in just 30 days doing this. Now, if you take this email, make a few slight changes to it to fit your business, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get a few deals like this yourself as well. So let me tell you a quick story on how I even came up with this idea. A buddy of mine, Jason, reached out to me from a local bank, not one that I bank with at all, and he just says, hey, we want to do something nice. We want to cater and deliver 160 meals to 4 local hospitals, and that his budget was $2,500. I'm like, well, hell, we could do that for you. And what he wanted in return was for us to take pictures of the food and blast this all over social media channels of ours and in my weekly email to our customers mentioning what they did, right? They wanted the exposure of doing something good for the community, right? He wanted to look like a hero, to show the bank support during these rough times. And also, on top of this, what other people say about you is obviously more powerful than what you say about yourself. So they wanted us to come out and kind of represent them. Now, to make a long story short, we got them a ton of exposure from the comments and shares and likes on social media. What was crazy is we were even getting praised, my wife and I, and all we did was cater it, right? But they paid for everything. Now, this $2,500 for them was better spent than any other advertising that they could be doing because it made an emotional impact, right? When your marketing stirs emotions in a good way, you're always going to be remembered in the future, and you're going to win customers for life. So I thought to myself, how can I do more of these big caterings to keep more staff on, for one, but also to pay my $9,800 a month rent bill? And this is kind of where I came up with the idea of doing these $1,200 sponsored caterings. Now, the sponsored package includes 80 meals at $15 a piece with delivery to any hospital within 10 miles. And we would then draft up a letter for the sponsor as if it was written by them, deliver it with the food, then take pictures of it all and put it all over our social media channels. And you could download a template of that letter if you want to, down in the link below. But we would then mention it within our weekly email to our 6,600 VIP customers as well. Try to give them as much exposure as we can. Plus, I told them that we would give them a month of free advertising on our digital TV screens in the bar once we open, 10 years from today. Who knows? And as an added bonus, I also said that I would give them a $200 gift card that was good for an office party in our private room, again, once we're open for business. And then this way I could say, so really this is only $1,000 versus $1,200, right? But it was also a way for me now to get their employees in the bar who'd hopefully come back time and time again for future visits or maybe for happy hour after they're done with work. Now, once I had the sponsorship figured out, I wrote an email to the bank that has a business account of mine, and it took me about 15 minutes to write this, and it pretty much just spelled out the sponsorship and why I felt they should do this, why it benefits them, right? And you could download this exact email in the link below and use it yourself, okay? Now, after I sent this first email, I copied and pasted it and sent it to the other person that I bank with at my other bar, Casey's. Now, within 24 hours, I can't talk, within 24 hours, both of them followed up and said, hey, we would love to be a part of this. So instantly $2,400 in sales. The first 3 weeks of doing this and reaching out to people, we had an average of 2 per week that we were posting on social media, stating our sponsors, and the consistency of this now has people reaching out to us saying, how can we get involved? How can we do this? So in the first month alone, this brought in $10,900 in additional sales, give or take a couple $100, and got us a ton of exposure during the process, a lot of praise. And even when we are open for business, okay, this is where I'm thinking, my goal is to do at least one of these per week, right? Get 52 local businesses to do this once a year, or 26 of them to do it twice a year. And they can, gift the caterings to any business, a school, police stations, or maybe even, gift it to their own employees. By doing this, it should bring in an extra $52,000, $60,000 in sales, not including the referrals and the extra business that's created from obviously the people who eat the food. So with that said, go ahead, download the email template, start creating your own package, or use exactly what I'm doing and start putting some of these deals together. It definitely helps during these tough times. I'll see you in video 3, where I'm going to talk about a type of promotion that I've actually been running for, I don't know, 9 years now. But I've tweaked this to make it fit the coronavirus. It's doing really well for us, and any bar, any restaurant that's doing curbside delivery can follow this promotion as well. We'll see you then.